Hey boys and girls, this is Wild Man Willis here. I'm doing a review of AEW All Out 2022 from the Now Arena in Chicago. And this was an excellent pay-per-view. I did not feel the 5 hours of this pay-per-view at all because it was very entertaining from top to bottom. It might had a little bit of issue with the women's title match. I think people was tired from the tag team title match, but all in all, it was a solid show. It kept me entertained from beginning to end, and they told a lot of stories, and they brought somebody back, which everybody kind of figured that they was coming back. But the way they did it was kind of cool in my eyes, even though it was everybody kind of knew from the jump. So, hey, we gonna go into the matches. We had the Casino ladder match. To start off, you had Claudio Castagnoli, Will Yuta, Penta, El-Zero, Ray Phoenix, and you had Roosh, you had Andrade, and you had Dante Martin. For the 14 minutes that they have of this match, it was a pretty good ladder match. It got cut short because Stokely and his crew basically helped the Joker, which I'm not going to reveal until the end of the review to let you know what happened. So it was okay to start it off. Some people got kind of like, what's this about? So I don't understand that. Then they had, for the trio title match, the Elite versus Hangman Page and the Dark Order. That was a hell of a match. My man Kenny Omega came back and he looked like this is the best shape he's been in a long time. So it just took one mess up by Hangman and Adam Page to lose the match. But it was a solid match from beginning to end. I didn't have no complaint about it. It kept you entertained. And it wasn't no slowdown, wasn't no botches. It was just moving from beginning to end. And that's what it needed to be. So then we had Jade Cargill versus Athena. That was a short match. It felt longer watching it, but it was only a 5-minute match. And Jade come out just like the She-Hulk. So that was cool to see. She even busted out the wall for her entrance. A Jade match is a Jade match. I didn't have no complaint about it. Her matches ain't supposed to be long because she's basically bigger than everybody in the whole division. So it makes sense for her matches to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes long. So she'll get there to have longer matches. She's only been like a year and like 2 months at that. Then we have Wardlow versus FTR versus Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns. That match was pretty good for what it was. FTR and Wardlow won the match. Actually, they could have left it off the card, but I guess they wanted to have your TNT champion on the show, so have him in there in a 3-way match. I had no complaint about that. Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks, that only lasted 5 minutes, but they told the story that Ricky was just rushing into that joint trying to get revenge, and Powerhouse was just too powerful for him. But they'll run that back sooner or later. And to me, one of the better matches of the night was the Acclaim versus Swerve and Our Glory. And even though the Acclaim did not win this match, they did not lose anything by losing this match, because they showed that they can go and they just not a gimmick. But Swerve and Glory, they're both veterans in the ring. They've been wrestling much longer than the Acclaim, so I can understand why they won that match. They was killing it from beginning to end. So big props to all 4 people in that match. And then you had for the interim women's champion, it was Toni Storm, Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, and Hikaru Shida. Hayter had the match won, but Britt had to pull her nastiness and pull the referee out the ring. So sooner or later, Jamie Hayter is going to turn on Britt Baker and people going to pop. But right now, Toni Storm is the interim champ. It's good to see her have a belt. The pop wasn't kind of big that she won, but they gave her props because she won. They was kind of tired from that Swerve match. So Christian and Jungle Boy really didn't have a match because Lucius Shores beat the hell out of him before the match. And Christian won by about 20 seconds. So they're going to keep on with that storyline. So go ahead. Match, I was shocked to see the winner at that joint. I thought Bryan Danielson was going to win against Chris Jericho, but I was just shocked that Chris Jericho won that match. It was a good match. It was a good old school wrestling match. I thought Jericho would have a whole bunch of people interfering in the match so he could win the match, but no, Jericho just took advantage of the situation with how he positioned the ref at one move and did a low blow and won the match. So I don't mind that. He cheated on his own with no help and he won. So I have no complaint about that. Then we had Darby, Sting, and Merle versus the House of Black. That was a pretty good 3-man match. I'm surprised that Sting and them got the win the way they did. I don't feel like this is my man Malachi Black leaving just like that. I know he was saying he had problems with some injuries and he has some mental health issues right now. So I think he's going to be taking a break for a little while. I don't think he's going to show up in WWE. A 5-year contract and you don't have to be wrestle once or twice during the week, if that. So we have to see. But yeah, then CM Punk versus Jon Moxley, which everybody wanted to come to see. I know they did the match before, but that match was to set up this match. And the way they told the story in the ring, it had justice to the reason why they had the match the way they did on that Wednesday night. So people could shut the hell up about that. This match made up for it, and it was a great match. CM Punk won. Was no interference, no nothing. It was just them two in the ring together, fighting for the title. Mox was being Moxley. And the thing about it is, Moxley didn't lead. It was CM Punk doing the bleeding. So that basically went into one of the things they talked about in their promos too. So they actually play that off as well. So I had to laugh about that. So CM Punk won. Lights went out. You hear a phone call that Tony Khan made to this certain individual. You know, we all knew who the individual was. It was MJF. And now it's going to be Punk versus MJF. I don't know if they're going to wait until the pay-per-view, but it would make sense. I would love to see it. I won't be at the show if MJF versus CM Punk in New York at Grand Slam and MJF win the title at Grand Slam. I would have no problem with that whatsoever. Some people say you should wait until the pay-per-view, but you have a stadium show that seats over 20,000 people. I would think that you would want to make the most money, and that would make the most money at that point. Have MJF in his hometown win the match. That's what I would do. So, especially since I'm actually going to the show. So, that's the way I look at it. That's just me being greedy. So, hey. But yeah, this was a great pay-per-view. I did not see all of Clash at the Castle. From what I'm hearing, it was a decent show. I only saw the last 2 matches. I like the Seth match. The Roman match was good, but it was the same old ending. So, I'm glad that people got wrestling how they like it across the boards, either last night or this night. So, everybody, it was something out there for everybody. So, yep. So, this is Wild Man Willis signing off. See you next time.